Hey loves, I hope you're having a fantastic day today. In this video, I actually want to explain and talk about how sometimes it can feel like we get into a hamster wheel doing the same things over and over and over and over again with our specific person, and what that actually means for us getting into the state. So if you're someone who at this current moment feels like you keep repeating the same things over and over again with your specific person, then first and foremost, overall, I want to say it actually is a good sign and a good thing. So don't feel bad about it. Don't feel worried. Don't feel like you're not good enough or you're not making progress, because it actually can be the best progress ever and I know it doesn't seem like it at first, but to actually be repeating these things over and over again. And it all has to do with, and it's sort of an idea of Neville Goddard, or quantum leaping, I guess I would say. Because Neville Goddard always talked about if you want something, if you assume it, boom, you have it right now. And I would have to agree 100%. You always have all of your desires within you at this current moment. So then when it comes to moving into the state, getting into that feeling, I would say always think about it. Your reality and your subconscious, the first choice that it wants to give you is the immediate assumption, right? So that's the quickest, easiest, fastest way. We could just assume it, and I've made videos on this before. You can just decide that's who you are. That's your reality. You're with your specific person. You're a loving, abundant, confident, awesome person. You can decide that right now. Because really, who is stopping you? Who's stopping you from getting into that feeling at the current moment? And we all know that all of our feelings are completely under our control, even though it doesn't seem like it sometimes. And if you lose control of those emotions, that's okay. It's not going to mess anything up. But the first and foremost thing is assuming the state. So your reality, I would say your subconscious kind of gives you that option. Because again, what is stopping us from feeling confident, loved, and with our specific person? Nothing. The feeling is always available, and the feeling is the secret that's going to reflect outside of us. But now you might be asking, yeah, but Kyle, you mentioned something about a hamster wheel, about if we're doing the same thing over and over again. Well, I want you to think about it in this way. If your reality, your subconscious, wants to get you to a certain place, wants to get you to that feeling, if you were your higher self looking down at you right now, how would you to get into that feeling, right? You would say that maybe you would kind of challenge yourself, or think of the easiest way to think about it, and I won't go too in depth on it, is think of yourself right now. If you don't feel loved, and in your end state with your specific person, you feel loved, your subconscious then creates that bridge of events in the middle, leading you to that point. So it must then introduce things that make you feel loved, right? Or challenge you to, if it's patience, if in your end state you feel patience, it must then introduce ways to make you feel patient. But remember, the first choice is always, always, always to just instantly assume it. And that's why, because in my own experience, I've always found, like I mentioned, the first choice is always assuming it. And then I'll simultaneously be given opportunities to basically get into that feeling, and it gets worse and worse and worse until I literally have no choice but to assume the state, because I have no other option. And many of us have probably lived something familiar with that. So know that the reason your reality keeps assuming and you keep going on this hamster wheel is because your desire, your subconscious knows that you want your specific person, and it's trying to create and make that happen to you through the bridge of events. And so basically, and I always love to think about manifestation in this way. So think of your manifestation like this. When you make that desire, when you want that thing, when you make a internal choice to assume the state, You no longer have your free will. Your entire reality now is destined towards that thing. So I always want you to think about your specific person manifestation or any other manifestation in that way. If you have the desire, because you always can choose the desire, the feeling, what you want, as soon as you decide and you go, that's the thing I want, your reality does not give you a choice anymore. It's going to give you that thing. And I might have mentioned this in another video, but I always like to think of it in the way that you are now doomed to your specific person. Because when we think about the negative, we don't really fight against it. We're like, oh, well, that's I guess what we're doing. And we feel like we just slip and slide right into it because you're just going to slip and slide effortlessly to your specific person, as long as we allow our reality to give it to us in that way. So if you are going through these situations and you're like, is there something wrong with me? I keep repeating the same thing over and over and over again. What's going on? What do I do? Do I suck at manifestation? It's like, well, no, your reality is attempting to change it, change yourself and your internal state through external things to force and manipulate yourself into that thinking of love and abundance. And so sometimes, though, that can take a little bit of process or progress in order to get to that point. So always think you're getting better and better. Every time this ritual kind of repeats, it's because we tried it and was like, nope, maybe we didn't get it this time. Let's try it again. Nope, we didn't get it, because your destiny is to be with your specific person. I usually also see a lot of the times when it comes to this sort of hamster wheel feeling, and I've been on it loads of times. So and again, it's always, my reality is always kept trying, been like, okay, Kyle, try again until we get it, because you have no choice but to achieve what you want. Always, always, always be patient with yourself during the whole process. But I have and usually seen this when it comes to on and off relationships, or especially manifesting someone you've been with before. That is one of the most, that is usually when this sort of thing takes effect. But it can take effect in literally any other situation with any sort of manifestation, because we do also, remember, we want to stay where it's comfortable. Our mind wants to remain here. But when you have that desire, it means that thing is meant for you. So even though we want to stay, our logical, our conscious mind wants to stay where we're comfortable, the subconscious says, yeah, but we need to get you this specific person because that's who you are, that's what you're desiring to be, and that's where we want to go. So then your reality starts to create and make this thing happen regardless of what is happening around you or in your situation, and it's going to force you to be that thing and do that thing. And the reason I want to repeat why I really like this idea is because it makes us feel like it's so easy, it's so effortless, because manifestation really is that way. As soon as you make a desire, have a thought, or want something, everyone and everything, this lamp, this guitar, this microphone, starts moving to make that happen. So always allow your reality to take you and push you and put you in the perfect places, okay? And you don't have to fight against it. It's easy and effortless. When you're in the state, you'll be guided perfectly. If you did have any questions on this, make sure to leave them in the comment section below. Remember, you can also send me a personal question on my website, or if you wanted to sign up for one-on-one coaching at kyleaugustcoaching.com. Remember also, if you did like this video, leave a thumbs up, and then don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss another video. Thanks again so much for stopping by today. I can't wait to see you in the next video tomorrow. Have a great day.